and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. I've been told many times that the splitting of the last two Harry Potter movies, or the last Harry Potter book, has been done right, and I really don't know because I haven't watched Part 2 yet, but there are things in this movie that did concern me. This Deathly Hallows was just not one of my favorite ones of the bunch. I did like the darker tone that this is taking. It's built up, you know, throughout all the movies, and this does feel like it's the darkest. I loved the scene in the little coffee shop. That action scene, and really all the action scenes in this movie where wizards are battling, are done really well, and it was just really cool. I am liking the characters now at this point. You know, I'm really feeling for a lot of them. When it feels like somebody might die, you know, you get a little scared. I loved when they all transformed into their into those random characters and snuck into the Magic Bureau place. That was really cool. All those scenes were really well done, and it was nice for Harry to get his revenge. But a large chunk of the end of this movie is literally the three main characters just walking around or sitting around, having conversations that don't really have anything to do with anything. And it just got really, the pace just really slowed down to almost a standstill. It was boring. And sometimes throughout this whole series, there's been parts where I felt like it's forced. I'm sure in the book it's more fleshed out, but when there's conflict, sometimes I feel like it's forced conflict. Like all of a sudden, Ron doesn't want to hang out with the group, you know, and he's jealous of Harry. I mean, it just, the way they rush to these things in the movies, it doesn't work for me a lot of times. Ron's sister and Harry, you know, there's been hardly anything in these movies that makes you think that they have a relationship or like each other. I mean, basically Harry said it one time and they've kissed a couple times, but it's just like, I don't know, I just don't see the connection there, so I don't really care about her or their whole relationship. And the movie really doesn't either, because she just gets left behind at the beginning of the movie and we don't hear or see from her anymore. So it's things like that I'm just like, oh, you were doing so good, because I really liked the Half-Blood Prince, and I still love Prisoner of Azkaban, but then you get these other things sprinkled in here and I'm just like, oh, maybe Part 2 will turn my mind around. But this, you know, this movie was really disappointing for me. Besides those few things I mentioned at the beginning. It's okay, but to me it was one of the weaker ones. Even Kia, who has been watching these hardcore with me, I could tell was getting a little bored on this one. With all those walking around, chit-chatting, Ron pouting scenes, it was, you know, getting a little boring. Hoping that Part 2 is a little bit better. I do want to see that big battle between Harry and Voldemort, so let's get to that, and hopefully we'll have a cool ending to this, to these movies. So I'll give Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 a 3.5 out of 5. If you like this video, click that like button. Comment below if you want to talk to me about anything. Click the Rainy Cage button to subscribe and keep up to date with all my videos. And I'll leave you with a few of my most recent videos and some of these sweet, sweet dance moves. This is Rainy Cage. Peace out.